You know, change can be tough. Just take a look at New Year's resolutions. According to the University of Scranton, only 8% of people achieve success with the goals they set January 1st. It's not easy.
No, it's not at all. TCL fitness expert Nancy Stoneberg has experienced a lot of change in her life. 2 years ago, her husband Mark passed away. He drowned off the coast of Mexico. Then, earlier this month, Nancy celebrated her 50th birthday, opening up a brand new chapter for her.
Well, in today's Be Well with TCL, Nancy is here with her advice on how you can motivate yourself to make a change when it comes to your personal well-being. Nancy, nice to see you. We love that picture of you and Mark.
Yeah, lots of good pictures.
Yes, yeah. I know that you have that, and we were, you know, that was just a tough time. And you seeing you and how you've been able to kind of stay so positive in the wake of that loss has been unbelievably inspirational to everybody who knows you, Nancy.
Thank you.
What's been at the core of that? Because I came in after that happened, and I was none the wiser. And every time that I came across you, you were vibrant, you were positive, you were warm to be around. What has kept you going? What's been your source of motivation?
Motivation. I think a lot of angels that certainly have been there supporting me along the way. People are knocking on my door and getting me out of bed initially. Yeah. Good support like that, good community, and attitude certainly, but not just because I listen to advice and listen to people. And one thing I know that I believe, and I, with my children, have said, is that with all of the tragedy that did happen, that the path that we're going on, certainly, you know, we talk about the landscape changed. Mark's not there anymore. Things are changed, and we can't fix that. But that the destination that we're out to achieve is still the same, and that's about, you know, living life with, you know, really positive outlook, certainly loving as many people, have a lot of people in your world, and also laughing even when you don't feel like you want to or you can, and that ends up offering incredible strength in itself.
Well, I know treating yourself well is something that you're so passionate about. You're passionate about this with your fitness clients, you're passionate about this with yourself. Obviously, you were put to quite a test when it came to focusing on yourself. But when people fall off the wagon, especially when it comes to exercise, but about anything that involves treating yourself well, because exercise would be part of that.
Yep.
Why do we do it? Why are we dropping off?
I'm not going to enter into all the other things, such as that the New Year's resolutions can be anything from maybe a financial change or relationship change. What I would say is in regards to fitness and exercise and wellness, people tend to, believe it or not, what the study is showing you, people sometimes have a fear of the unknown. They actually have the fear, they fear change. They have that fear of change. And what I have found is it goes beyond that, and this even works for me, is what we call the oh my goodness, I'm gonna not be thinking. It's the idea of something that you're not used to. It's everything has changed.
The unknown.
The unknown, certainly, and it's a new normal. I mean, everything that was what you were used to when you looked down the path of your life, it was like that's how it was going to be, but all of a sudden it's gone and it's changed. And often tragedy does that, but there can be, I suppose, there can be good things too, but it's a new normal, and you have to decide you're going to embrace it and move forward and hopefully make the best of it.
I always wonder if we get to our best selves, and things still aren't perfect, how devastating would that be? So it's kind of easier to stay the status quo and have something to blame it on.
Sure. Yeah, because then if you are afraid that it's going to be imperfect after you put in all of that effort, that in and of itself can sort of be demotivating. You can be fearful of that. Now, you turned 50. And now you have sort of backed into, happy belated birthday, you've backed into this incredible challenge of really going to make some big changes in your own life. Tell us how this happened.
Well, I mean,
this was an accident.
This actually, the 50, I posted on Facebook during my first adventure. I turned 50, and understand this whole path that I've taken with wellness is about my Mark. It's always been about Mark. He's the one that got me going 30 years ago. But the 50, we wanted some adventures, and the first one was going to be with my girls, with my women, my community. We were going to challenge ourselves, and we're going to go to Arizona and climb Camelback Mountain. Now, I posted an awesome picture on Facebook with my boots, cowboy boots, and a hat, and all I said is the first adventure of something of 50, and everybody thought it meant I was going to have 50 adventures this year. Well, then I thought, well, 50, that's a lot. That's like every week I have to do something. And I thought, why don't we go for it? So I thought, let's do it, and with that, along with the launch of the new business, a new website, what the heck, and have people follow along, because people are not living today. They're waiting to live. A perfect example, my husband, we lived and traveled all of those years being married, and if we would have waited, well, where would we be now?
You wouldn't have those memories. Now you have those wonderful memories.
Yes. So.
Wow. I'm getting like
I know.
inspired now.
Okay, so
to
are we doing little
changes.
things, big things? What are our challenges here?
Well, you know what? The challenges don't have to be big, and it doesn't have to be 50. What I would say is, if nothing else, look at each month and say to yourself, look, I would like to maybe have some kind of a fitness challenge, physical challenge. It doesn't have to be a big deal. A person that does a walking program, it could be as simple as going the opposite direction when you go outside. Why? Because the body and brain responds differently. Different visual stimulations, different hills. All right, so a little bit of a physical challenge would be really great. But let's live life. What about go ahead every month, tell yourself you're going to do something in regards to the arts or music, or maybe a volunteer, something. If you're feeling bad about your own life, go ahead and find somebody that has a tougher situation than you, and offer yourself up for that. It can make you feel better.
That is so great, because it is not just, we so often equate these goals to physical fitness, but when you change something, it could be anything in your life, a small thing that breeds more change, more motivation. You're experiencing the great results.
Thanks,
so cool.
Nancy.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you so much. Okay, so Nancy mentioned that new website. You're going to find a link to her new website along with her contact information on TwinCitiesLive.com.
Thank you, Nancy. More Twin Cities Live coming up right after the break.